Izak, or just simply Izak, is the owner of a Roblox studio with over 100,000 of members, who's currently mostly known for his latest popular game, Pet World. The game was the best one he ever made, with thousands of concurrent players and even reaching 10,000 at one point. But 2 months after the game released, he decided to cancel it, saying it's not making enough money. But can you actually trust Izak? And does he actually care about his community? If you didn't know, Izak has been a developer for a few years already, but it didn't really start well for him. Rumble Studios is the studio that created Bubblegum Simulator, and what Izak did was steal their assets to make his own Bubblegum Simulator games, like a modded version, for example. The main problem was that he was making money by using others' work, which obviously Rumble Studios did not like. But later, when he made enough money, he was finally making his own assets for his games. You may have heard about Bubblegum Mayhem. That's one of his games, which was yet again a bubblegum simulator type of game, but at least this time he actually made it. It did get somewhat popular with different people making videos about it, but it didn't really last that long. And now we're getting to Pet World. This is where the controversy and drama begins. This game actually became somewhat successful. The game itself doesn't look bad. But one of the main reasons people actually enjoyed the game is because it was free to play. There are Robux tokens which you can gain by playing the game. That means you can get game passes as a free-to-play player. That was one of the biggest reasons people preferred Pet World over other games like this, because nearly every pet simulator type of game is pay to win. I even asked someone who actually played the game a few questions. Robux tokens was the best thing in the game compared to other similar ones, according to them. And I also wanted to ask them if the latest updates were actually getting less fun. And well, as you can see by their answer, they were pretty much getting boring. But let's get to the actually interesting part of the video, the drama, the arguments, and the controversy. So Izak have made an announcement saying Pet World wasn't making enough money to profit, right? Well, the thing people were questioning is why was he spending so much Robux into Pet Simulator and Pets Go? You see, this guy spent over 3 million of Robux gambling in those two games, and even after Pet World was canceled, he was still gambling away money in, for example, Pet Simulator. A good example is the clan battle during Christmas event. That's where Izak created a clan and took top 1 with some other people. And what is kind of funny is that he actually wanted to try reviving Pet World almost 2 months after abandoning it, and then quickly changed his mind and wanted to make a sequel instead. And we'll talk about the sequel a bit later in the video. There is one image that has been going around for a bit but isn't really known. This image showing DMs with Izak and someone called Mark Dev, where they agreed that Izak would refund everyone everything if he discontinues the next game under 2 months. And seeing the date, that was while Pet World was being worked on, 30th of July. And Izak actually replied to that image proudly saying he did it 1 day after 2 months, so he's fine. He makes it look like a joke, which honestly is not making things look any better. And recently, Izak actually attacked the guy in Big Game's Discord server out of nowhere, even saying he leaked his personal information. Now, the only thing I know was showed on public is the screenshot I showed earlier, but that's it. I wouldn't be surprised if Izak didn't like that. Doesn't make him look any good. But you know what's crazy? This is not the first time he attacked someone on Big Game's Discord server out of nowhere. What if I told you I've had argument with Izak? Actually, 3 of them. And it's all because of me and some others talking about him spending money on that one clan battle while canceling Pet World. Pretty quickly, we went into DMs with him because he was trying to call me an idiot. Yeah, that's the best way to handle arguments. Before I continue, he did actually post a part about DMs on public already when trying to twist my words, but we'll get to that later. I guess he wouldn't mind me pulling Uno reverse on him and showing a few things from our DMs then. So out of nowhere, he showed me Pet World's revenue graph. And yes, he did show it publicly before, so I don't need to blur it out. But what I will blur is the number. Let's just say Pet World made well over 10 million of Robux all time. So continuing with our fine first argument, ladies and gentlemen, he tells me to stop twisting my words while doing it himself, right in the same messages. I never portrayed him stealing bubblegum simulator assets right now, but for some reason he thinks I did. I also like this part where he says he puts 95% of earnings back into studio. Well, I can tell you he gambled more than 5% of total revenue of Pet World. That says something. Also, according to Izak, he can't be called greedy because he made a free-to-play game. Crazy stuff. Remember him accusing me of twisting his words? Guess what? He did that to me on public as well. That is the part I blurred out earlier to not spoil it too early. I can tell that I never said he gambled everything on Pets Go and Pet Simulator, and I also never said he doesn't pay his developers. Well, you get the point. So after that, I decided to finish it off by writing this wall of text. You can read it through if you want to. I went over everything and told him to stop arguing with random people on internet. That really makes him look more and more egoistical. But things doesn't end here just yet, because I was told there is a podcast with Izak. It has about 300 views, and trust me, there are some interesting things to hear coming from Izak himself. Checking the comments section already tells something. And even better, the creator replied saying he had to cut 13 minutes of what I guess is at least Izak being full of himself, at least with the context the comment has. I've spent my time listening to the entire podcast for this video, and I got a few moments for you to hear.
We spent our entire advertising budget on the clan battle. So
Well, we got some advertising done from it, I guess, but
like 500 people joined the Discord server out of 5 million Robux.
it wasn't 5, it was like 1 mil.
So they spent over 1 million Robux to promote their upcoming game and failed because it was a clan battle. Sounds like something a great studio owner would do.
Since Pet World failed due to one of the primary reasons was there wasn't enough to do. You'd join the game, spend like 2 to 3 hours doing everything, then you'd have to wait for the next update. Once the next update comes out, you spend like 10-20 minutes doing everything and you're done. There's nothing else to do.
Here he says Pet World didn't have enough gameplay content, so why didn't he then do anything about it if he was aware his game is failing because of that? Who knows?
Better image of the stats. Like, look at this.
Yeah, I mean, all of our stats were amazing. It was just that one analytic we can never get up.
Yeah,
and we had to end up canceling the game because of it.
I can probably show Pet World now. Like, even though the game is dead, I canceled updates. The stats shouldn't be affected like too much. Stats currently, and this is pretty bad.
And that's currently?
Yep.
Here Izak was showing Pet World's analytics. They actually looked great when the game was actually updated. Later, he shows analytics 1 month after the game was abandoned. Obviously, they fell because your game has been dead for a month at that point, and people had no reason to play it. Here, he showed that one graph he also sent me in DMS, and it does not have number on it, obviously.
Free-to-play players are more entitled than pay-to-win players. Not all of them are, but it's like the ratio are. Because if you're going to complain about like an update and not having enough features, when you aren't even supporting the developers and just getting free money from them, that's just entitled. Like, you're not giving them anything, so why should they give you anything?
Yeah.
And here Izak basically says that free-to-play players give nothing to developers and only take their money. Basically, he doesn't seem to like free-to-play players at all because they don't give him money. But he forgot that free-to-play players actually help game receive better analytics and get it recommended more.
How come I never saw it in game? How come that was not in game?
I got lazy.
Hey, maybe that's why. That right there, that was a really cool thing I was playing with during the test world.
Something a tester actually liked wasn't added to the game because Izak was lazy. That's literally his words. And then he wonders why people dislike him and why his games are failing.
What about making 10 clans and just taking all top 10?
That's the second one.
See, I'm ahead of you.
One. It's going to be top 3, then top 5, then top 10.
Oh, people are definitely going to cancel you and Liju after this.
Lastly, I just wanted to put this clip showing Izak doesn't want to stop gambling into clan battles. Not like anyone expected him to stop anyway. So what about the Pet World sequel? Well, I can tell you it will not have Robux tokens. He even replied to one of his older messages saying it was a bad idea. And from what it looks like, the game will be Pet World, but a bit different. and actually pay to win, unlike Pet World. Doubt it'll succeed as much, since one thing people liked about Pet World will be gone in Pet Odyssey. That's the name of the game. And I guess that's what I got for the video. A lot of things have happened, and it took quite a bit to get it all for this video. Comment down your thoughts on all of this. Maybe there is something I might have not mentioned in the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I would really appreciate that. You can watch one of these videos while waiting for a new one. They are good too. Join my Discord server. You can chat with me and other members. The link is in description, and I will see you soon.